The biggest hoax from the food companies and part of what has made us such an obese, fat, sick nation is nutrient infused bread enriched with vitamins and minerals, Wonder Bread, that crap, because it's so highly palatable and addictive to our brains. Bread affects your brain, people. If you're eating Americanized, processed, glutenized grains or any of those bread products, you're going to become addicted, and most of us are going to overeat it. Food addiction is real. The problem is not that people are lazy or slothful. The problem is we have been raised to believe that we need all these processed foods. How much added sugar is in there? How many preservatives? How much concentrated gluten beyond what's actually in the bread? And why are all those things in the bread? Because they want you to become addicted to it. Food addiction should not be treated that much differently than regular addiction. The big difference is you have to be able to make a meal choice at least 3 times a day, which means you are also letting go of things that you cannot control consumption of. And food companies have fought this idea of food addiction for decades because they don't want people to know that food is addictive. They don't want people to know that their shit bag junk food, overprocessed, hyperpalatable, made in a lab to control our brains and our bodies, food is addictive. They want us to think that junk food, microwave dinners, bread, chips, all foods fit, 100% bullshit. Those foods do not fit in a healthy diet. Those don't help any of us. And even myself as a nutritionist and a recovering addict and alcoholic for many years, I know that there are some foods I will eat and not know if I'm going to be able to control it or not. The food companies have caused a lot of the issues that we have with food addiction and even depression, anxiety. All those things are linked in together. There has to be a point where we distinguish hyper-processed, hyper-palatable, made in a lab foods from real food. Nobody overeats real food. It just doesn't happen. Most people are addicted to the Oreos, the Pringles, the bread, the cookies, that stuff that we think tastes so great. And in fact, it doesn't taste that great. It's an effect that it's having on our brains. It's a mouthfeel. It's what these chemists spend millions and millions of dollars to make billions in a lab to get us hooked on their crappy ass foods.